Welcome back to Brand Champions. I'm Howard Wolpoff, your host. This is brought to you by Teal, the agency. And we're excited to talk about branding today, and we have a really great guest to share in this conversation with us. His name is Tom McManimon from StimulusBrand Communications. And Tom, welcome to our conversation today.
Hey, Howard. Thanks. Great to see you, man.
Well, it's great to see you and great to be talking about branding with you because this is something that you are very familiar with. So why don't you share with us, how long have you been focusing your career and your work with clients in branding?
My career is 43 years long. Went through multiple ad agencies as a creative director, and I left a large agency that we sold, and I started my own 23 years ago. And it's very strategic brand marketing, advertising focused. It's a boutique firm.
Well, that's great that you've had that experience and that you are really channeling it all to your clients for all this time. What kind of questions are companies coming to you for the first time when they're trying to figure out either a direction or a new direction for their brand?
You know, a lot of times they come to the table with a real need, such as they think it's time to redo their website, or they need to kind of look at their whole landscape of marketing. It needs to be refreshed. Sometimes it's because there's a change in management or a merger happened, or they just have not paid attention to their marketing for a long time. And we will help them take a step back first by talking about their business and their culture. Often they'll come to the table with a specific project in mind, and I want to take them back a step or two to talk about their company culture, their personality, and their positioning as a business. You know, how can they compete to win? And that starts with understanding your target customer.
Yes, it's very important that companies in general understand who their target customer is, but really having that story that you're telling through your brand is very important to attract the right customer and for people to find you and to really have a direction that you're going in. And some of those changes could really make a difference when you come into different personnel, a merger of sorts. But also, you're right, people do not spend a lot of time thinking about their marketing and may have a website for 5+ years and time has gone by and they're not speaking to their audience at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it evolves so quickly, especially with all the AI tools happening. The tools and the way people reach each other is evolving every day. And, you know, a website that's 5 years old, as you mentioned, is very old. So it really is trying to figure out ways to reach your customers. And it may not be the traditional tools.
And I was being nice, and my mind actually was thinking of websites that were 10 years old. But you make a good point that the communication is very different right now, and people are finding information about companies not just from a Google search and not just from a website, but by seeing video, whether it's on TikTok or even LinkedIn, to get a message out there. So how important is it to really expand that branding through messaging through video?
Oh, it's so important. Everyone wants their information instantly. They want it in small bites. And they love seeing it on their phone. They want it right here and right now. So you mentioned video. That we do a lot of video, and you get a lot of legs out of it because it can filter into through your website, into your emails, through a YouTube page, and into all of your social media. It's done daily. They don't all need to be major productions, but it all in the end, it's all about reaching your customer. Where they most want to be connected with, and in a trusting way. And that's the biggest word that we're grappling with right now. What is real, what is authentic, and what is trustworthy?
You make a good point that it doesn't have to be a big production, but yet the production to put all this out, to not just filming it, but to cutting it, to getting it onto different platforms, is a work in itself, and it's good that you have people like you and agencies like yours to help companies get this messaging out there. So, Tom, thank you so much for joining us and sharing with us all the great things you're doing today.
Hey, glad to help, and I appreciate you bringing me on. I hope it helps you folks as well.
Well, thank you again, and thank you all for joining us. Having a brand that speaks to your audience is extremely important. getting the message out, not just through a website, not just through a nice strong logo, but utilizing video to tell your message to where you're going to find your audience is extremely important. If you're not doing that, definitely look for agencies like Tom to help you get this moving forward. But go out, have a great rest of today, and we will see you next time.